So we're here at Brands Hatch today with Fox Motorsport and the drivers Ian Dugan and James Townsend making their debut in GT Cup for 2021. Obviously we've rebuilt the car at Fox Motorsport over the winter to give them the best chance, and it's our first day out here just to give it a bit of a shakedown and put some winter mileage on the drivers before the season starts. The car's had a full extensive rebuild over the winter from the guys at Fox Motorsport, and today is just to give it a first run, make sure everything's just as it should be. You know, we want to make sure we give the guys the perfect car, the perfect setup. Part of my job is to do a bench line for the car to make sure the car is safe and safe for those guys to go out first, but also to give them a reference lap time for the current track conditions so they can learn from that, rather than trying to chase a time that may not be achievable in the current track conditions.
How did you feel? Yeah, a little first lap nervous on a new tyre, but now it's fine. Yeah, Jamie, box.
Our two drivers for this year are James Townsend and Ian Dugan. Ian Dugan steps up to GT Cup, having won the Ginetta GT5 AM Championship with us last year, while James Townsend moves over from Carrera Cup with us last year to join Ian in the car for GT Cup.
This season will be my first time doing two-driver racing. Today we're looking at testing obviously the car, getting used to the car, and looking at coming into the pits and making sure our timing is correct, making sure we're getting in and out the car correctly. Yeah, it's a big learning curve for us. It's very greasy out there, so it's obviously difficult to make the car stick around the bends. We're trying to set the car up in a way that we both enjoy driving it, so we can have a bit of movement in the car.
Bit of a new experience having come from Carrera Cup before and GT5s with Ginetta, but gradually get my head around it today, yeah. It's a very different experience to drive in the Porsche. I think the chassis in this is a lot stiffer. It feels a lot harder to drive in terms of just the movement of where the car's going, and obviously the engine sort of being to the front to mid rather than the rear is a very different dynamic to what I'm used to. Obviously it's a wet day, which doesn't help in your first time out in the car, but gradually getting my head around it and really enjoying the experience.
So we can see everything the driver's doing from throttle and braking, and we're able to go through it in finite detail in the video post-session and compare my lap in real time against theirs. So when I'm at the apex, we can see how far they are from the apex, or what speed differences there are at the apex.
I'm used to working with Jamie and going through debriefing, seeing where we can make up time. Jamie generally does a couple of laps for us so we can chase his time to see where we can get to.
So having his input day to day and just kind of looking at the video, also working through my technique by sitting in the car sometimes with me as well, helps me and has progressed me, leaps and bounds over the last 3 to 4 years. So it's been excellent.
So a really good day for the guys here at Brands. Obviously they've done a lot of laps as they get to know their new car, puts them through their paces in the pit lane, and we move on to testing at Donington Park next week and Snetterton.
There's been something thrown at us all day, but really enjoyed it so far and looking forward to the rest of the season.
Looking forward to enjoyable races and trying to get some trophies.